So, happy Sunday everyone. I hope you all had a very good weekend. Yeah, so Sunday evening, see it's dark outside. It's around 5:30 and I'm just about to start the evening feed. I have some of the cattle fed, but I still have some to do. So I've got about an hour, a little bit over an hour to do here before I'm finished. But before I do that, a couple of things I'm going to do as part of this video. Putting in the 3650. It's been parked outside for the last week or so. Now, weather wasn't too bad over the last week. We had a couple of small amounts of rain, but over the last less than 48 hours, really from about midnight last night, we had torrential rain the whole night. So I have a little bit of a video and I'll show you some of the damage that has done over the past say 14-16 hours and the flooding it's caused. So you'll see that a little later in the video. But first, I want to get the 3650 inside. We're not ready to start doing the walk to it yet. We had intended to be walking at it at this point, but a friend of ours' tractor is here. Dad has been doing the engine of it up, and that has taken up the space for the 3650 to go in and get the walk done. Now the walk is well on with that tractor. All Dad is doing is the engine side of it, so he's been rebuilding the engine from it, stripped it down. There's been stuff replaced, new head gasket, all that kind of stuff has been done to it. Everything has been renewed and it is almost ready to go out. There's only a couple of things left to be done to it, and hopefully it'll be gone out this week. So just a bit of a clip that I put in there, that's all I'm showing of it, because there's no point showing any more. It's not going to be here for the next phase of its restoration. It's going away elsewhere, so no point in me doing any more videos on it or showing you any of it, even though a lot of you did want to see it. So yeah, but 3650 should I say, is going in here. This is where some of our barley, treated barley, was tipped. It is now all gone. We're now walking off the pile in the other side of this wall, and it just means that we've a bit of space. We can park it in here. It'll get a bit dusty, won't really matter. So I'm going to put it in now. I've ordered a couple of bits for the tractor, which include the little plastic strips that go down the mudguard. Now they're in the Jeep, haven't taken them out, haven't checked them to see if they're the right size, so we're going to do that now and just see that they do fit properly and that they are what they should be. Yeah, so I'll get the tractor, have it running out there, I'll put it in and we'll get the strips and see what it's like. Right, so tractor is in position. Now lighting may not be the best because it is kind of it's on the opposite side of where the light is, so there is a bit of a shadow there. So I've a strap-on head torch that Olight sent me out. We'll use that. I also have just a Stanley knife for opening the plastic on these two little mouldings, and yeah, let's get it opened and see are they the right one, see what they'll look like. Now, so these here should be fairly simple to open. We'll start off with taking off the cable tie. I think what we'll do is we'll just open it here just on one end, and that way we can slide it back into the bag. Now this knife wouldn't be just the sharpest, but what it would do is it would definitely cut your finger if you caught it. And struggle to cut a little bit of plastic, but it would cut your finger. There's no doubt it would do that. So there we go. That is it out. Hope I have the right side open now. I think I should have. And we will, here's the moment of truth. Look, they should be right. They are, let's just say, ordered off the mudguard size. And yeah, it looks fairly good. Now let's get it sitting in first. Yeah, there we go. So that is it, sitting in position. They are the right size anyway. Let me just get the camera back working. I can't see what's on the screen. There we go. Yeah, so that is it. nicely fit in. They're fairly simply put on. It's just some pop rivets in on the bottom of it, right along, and it just holds it into position. Yeah, all it does really is it just widens out the mudguard a little bit. There's a terrible shadow off the camera. Yeah, but widens out the mudguard a little bit, and the idea of it is it stops stones from coming off maybe and chipping paint on the mudguards in certain situations. So might work, might not, but it does look a lot better than with none on it. We have got them, and I have had them on the 2850 for 20 years, and you can see it here. They do add a bit to it as well. You can see them, they're probably not just as wide, these ones here, as the ones on the 36, but yeah, they do add a bit to it. Price of them are, I think they're around 70 quid plus VAT roughly, depending on your dealership and where you get them. So that's each, so they are quite expensive, but as I said, they do add a bit to it, and you only need to buy one pair usually, and that does a lifetime. So yeah, that is that. So that's the first bits ordered for the tractor. We have also got quite a list made out now at this point. I'm going to be leaving it up this week and getting a price on all the stuff. The spring is also here for this door. You can see when you open the door around, it should stay there. It doesn't, it falls back. There's a small spring in there that's broke, so we have that as well. So a couple of bits have been got and ordered for it, and yeah, it's the start of the money spending to leave it how we'd like it. Yeah, so a small video now as well on all the rainfall that we've had over the last couple of days. So yeah, check that out now. I'll just put it straight in here. Okay, so we're going to have a little look at this flooded area that is, well, it's quite badly flooded. So we're roughly about 12 hours after the heavy rainfall had fell. It started Saturday night around midnight, fell right through the night, right through Sunday. It kept going for about 5 or 6 hours, stopped in Sunday morning around probably 5-6 a.m. Or eased back a little bit, should I say. It didn't stop altogether, it was still raining a little bit. But yeah, big issue with flooding around this area. You see here it's starting to get a little bit further out just on this corner of our field, but once we go into the couple of rented bits of land, it really starts to spread out. You can see the way the river snakes up through the middle of the flood just as we get closer to it. Left hand side is some rented ground where we graze cows, one of our batches of cows, and the right hand side is actually one of the fields that we cut our silage on. So now there is issues with cutting the silage in ground that floods, and I go into that a little bit after this clip or this part of the video. But yeah, it's not ideal. That silage field is about 13 acres in size, and I'd say looking at it, there's somewhere between 5 and 6 acres of it underwater. So quite a large section of it is underwater. Why does it flood? Well, probably down to landowners right along the river not cleaning the river on their section. If they did, it would help to alleviate the issue. It would help the water maybe to get away faster and not be restricted. But it would need to be cleared right the whole way out to Dundalk Bay. And is everyone going to do that? Probably not. So we're going to be looking at this issue going forward. But anyway, that's this section of the video. So that's the joys of farming beside a river. Look, at the biggest issue with that is that when this time of the year, you know what's going to happen. You know you're going to have the water out, and the water usually comes out 3-4 times a year like that. When it does this time of the year, that's fine. You're not getting ready to cut silage of it or anything like that. Springtime comes, when I'm usually spreading fertilizer, spreading slurry on that ground, when I'm rolling it, preparing it for your silage. You have to lift all the debris, plastic, twigs, sticks, paling posts, everything that washes down the river. You end up having to lift it. That's fine, you get that done. Your grass grows for maybe a month or 6 weeks, comes near the point of mowing your silage. Next thing, you get some heavy rain, which can happen in May, maybe towards the end of May. heavy rain, river comes back out again, you're back to square one. You end up out through that ground after a few days when the water has receded back, lifting that same debris again, and you may never always get it all, and there can be something maybe left behind, which can end up going through a moor or something like that. So it's something that you have to deal with, and it's not ideal, but what do you do? It's the joys of living beside a river. Yeah, but that's really it. That's really it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. It's just short and sweet, nothing too overly exciting going on at the farm at the minute, just basically feeding away. Everything is going okay on that front. Been thinking about what videos I'm going to do over the Christmas period. I'm thinking about doing a bit of a history of tractors on the farm video. Now, I'll probably put them up between Christmas and New Year. Just a couple of videos talking about previous tractors that we had here on the farm, and current tractors, and some of the history of the current tractors as well, the likes of when we got them, and condition of what they were like when we got them, all that kind of stuff. So there could be 2 videos, maybe 3 videos, where we'll just go through, and maybe if I can find some photos too of the older tractors. There is some lying around. I'll try and find them over the next number of weeks, and I'll include those in the history videos, if you like. So yeah, that's something that we'll be doing between Christmas and New Year. But yeah, that's really it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, if you're not already a subscriber, to hit the sub button, leave a like, a comment on the video, all that kind of stuff. I will see you during the week with the next video. So I will talk to you then.